Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome to episode 7 through the Keyhole. So in this series, we take a look at a few camps that I found through the player vending system in Fallout 76. And these are other players' camps, not mine, with the exception of this one that we built on stream recently. So we're going to take a look around, get a little bit of inspiration, avoid being too critical, and yeah, have a good time. I've got some very, very cool designs for you today. So if you guys would like to appear in a subsequent episode of this series, you can find all the details on how to submit your builds in the description. I look forward to seeing what you've got for me. For now, let's jump in and take a look around a few very, very cool camps. So the first build we've got here is on the cliffs just to the west of the White Spring, and fairly standard player home, but I've got some really, really cool ideas in this one. I really like the use of angles on the top there. It's a unique profile to the build, which is cool. Crimson Peak. You take the look at this place. Some really cool decoration as well, which is really good to see. Nice, attractive approach here, apart from the slightly scary Mothman stuff. Although I do like how detailed these particular bits and pieces are. They look really, really cool. I think I might have to consider doing it at some point. Mothman build. Got the player vending out on the front porch there, heading on inside. The ever so thin Deathclaw rug. But what can you do? All the necessary workbenches and stuff downstairs. Plenty of decoration as well, which is cool. Nice bit of space to move around in here, which is also nice. I do like those posters they've got in the corners of the room. They're on a bit of an angle there. It's something a little different we don't see every day. That's cool. Been a little bit of a faff to get those to work properly, but quite cool. Cracking views from this camp as well. Really, really nice. Moving on upstairs, we've got the little bedroom space over here. A little balcony out the back. A couple of steel cage cell doors, which I'd love to pick up myself, actually. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for those. Like the porta cabin out on the balcony there. Keep the smell out the main house. Good thinking. Bath isn't quite as private as you might like, but, you know, you can enjoy the view while you're getting scrubbed. It's always good. Nice cozy little bedroom tucked in the corner there. Mixing up the materials again on the back side of the house here. Another player after my own heart, using those potted ferns there. Excellent taste, as always. Nice little bit of decoration out on the balcony here. You chill out and enjoy the view. Very, very cool. Quite a lot of Vault-Tec stuff in here, which is different. You don't see as much of that as one might expect. Interesting place for the power armor workstation there. Little unusual. I'm guessing they just ran out of room and couldn't find a decent place to put it, so tucked it in above the stairs. Bit of a jump required, but functional nonetheless. Cool little sleeping bag on the chaise longue there. Give any visitors a nice place to hang out, get some kip as well, which is always good. You want to pick up that well-rested bonus. A little swing around the front again. Have a look at this really quite impressive front view of the place. It's really cool. Quite the image as you arrive at this place, which is a really nice effect. Taking a look over at the left side of the build here, something I almost missed actually, which would have been very unfortunate, because we've got a little farm tucked into the grass on the side here, just a little bit away from the main build. It looks really cool. Love how well it fits in with the trees and the grass and everything. It's got the interesting combination of kind of a cultivated look and kind of not at the same time. It works quite well. A couple of the concrete walls there, just protecting the generator underneath the balcony at the back there. More water purifiers tucked down the cliff face. Sort of peek underneath the foundation so you can see their fusion core generator tucked out of the way. Keep that safe from attack. A little bit different, but it works. A cracking view out over the forest as well. Speaking of great views, onto a sunset tour of a build in a location I've seen a few people build in, but it's really hard to pull off. This player has done an excellent job on it. This is the top of Seneca Rocks. As I've seen a couple of camps I would have liked to have filmed. One in particular that was just very, very busy when I appeared, so not a good time to have a look around, unfortunately. But this one, nice and quiet, and really, really like what they've done here. Remember to put the posts in to support their little balcony here. Still a little bit floating, but must have been kind of a nightmare to get those posts in without falling down the cliff, so good job there. A little metal structure here to house the generator. And I see quite a few builds that use separate buildings when they build up here, because the ground is so uneven it's kind of difficult to build. Bit of a challenge. Gonna have to have a crack at it myself at some point. This has been done very, very nicely. Bit of food and a water purifier tucked away at the top here as well. A head back down the stairs and look at that epic view out over Mononga there. Morgantown you can't really see for the fog, but it's off in the distance there. Little balcony down here is actually where you arrive when you fast travel in, which is a nice little spot to appear on, and very, very fortunate because when you fast travel up here it can be a little bit alarming. The potential for a very, very long drop upon your arrival is quite high. They've avoided that quite nicely here. So let's take a look around the main building, and I really like what they've done with this place. Got a few different levels in here, which breaks up the structure a little bit, makes it feel a little bit more creative, which is very, very cool. Something I like doing as well. Excellent views out from the crafting area. And I do like the way they've got a couple of the windows placed a little bit higher here. They've used a couple of the half-height walls at the bottom and put the windows on the top, which breaks up the look of the textures a little bit. It get a little bit uniform with the wooden pieces on occasion. That works really, really well. I like that a lot. Not totally sold on these two posts at the top of the stairs, but we do need to support the roof somehow. Got a nice little hangout space up here. Play a bit of pool, enjoy the view. Cool view out towards the east here, over the train tracks and stuff. It's looking out over the Savage Divide. Quite cool. Mixture of views from this location. Very, very nice. I like the way the slanted roofs made the whole ceiling feel a little bit lower as well. It changes the whole atmosphere and feel of this area, which is quite cool. Heading on to the bedroom and living space. If you're scared of heights, this is probably not going to be your cup of tea, but it creates a really, really cool dramatic effect. Get a little look out of the powered garage doors here. Beware the long drop. An amazing view out over the top of the world over there in the slightly foggy forest region. Definitely a set piece view, that one. That's very, very cool. I think personally I'd probably have rotated that bed 90 degrees so that you're sort of looking out over the foot of the bed as you're lying in bed. Doesn't really work with the mechanics of the item, but in terms of a layout, that's probably the way I'd have gone. Still, not my build, so very, very cool. Interesting mixture of decorations here. A few bits and pieces from White Spring, a few bits and pieces that are a bit less orthodox. Well, nice little hangout space. Got the player vending tucked in up the top there. Make our way back down towards the sort of arrival area, balcony. I don't know what we call this. Patio might be a good word, actually. A little bit of food tucked down here. Nice campfire. I do like the stone benches around the campfire there. That's very, very cool as well. The player's clearly committed a lot of time to this character because I was thinking about how long it takes to actually acquire those Mr. Fuzzy outfits, and getting the whole thing would take something in the region of about 3 months if you play every day, from what I figured out. So, dedication there. So, another very, very cool build. This one's a little bit different. We're just north of Dolly Sods in the Mire here. And this is not really a build per se, it's more of a decoration camp. This particular treehouse is already in situ in the game. It's a pre-existing structure. You get a lot of super mutants hanging out around the bottom of here, hence the large number of turrets we'll be seeing in just a moment. But for those who are not really into building, this is quite a cool option. More decoration heavy. It's the sort of thing you don't see very often, which is always cool to see as well. We've used the different levels of the treehouse here to squeeze workbenches in and a few bits of decoration in and around the debris and decoration that's already in the location, which is quite cool. Everything tucked in here. Bit of a nighttime tour. Got to take the opportunities as they come up. Unfortunately, we can't server hop and try and find a better daytime for this. But we can see everything, so that's cool. Nice and atmospheric. The blue lighting in the mire at night is very, very unique and cool. Moving on to this top level, this is where it gets really, really detailed in a very small space, which is a really impressive achievement, I think. Particularly in light of how well you can actually move around everything, which is very, very cool. But everything you could possibly need squeezed into the tiny little space here, which is very, very impressive. A phenomenal level of detail. These Voltec generators seem to become very, very popular very quickly. Especially the technique of stacking them like that. Takes up a lot less space, and they're all but silent, if I remember rightly, so that would explain their popularity, I think. But space being at a premium in here, it's a pretty good approach, that one, so squeeze our way down the little gap here. Actually, surprisingly, you move through here in power armor just fine, which is cool. Lots of little detail, little plushies, little succulents, bits and pieces crammed in here, which is very, very cool. I'm very impressed with this. Having the camp unit where it is interesting. Slightly alarming on your arrival, because you tend to spawn in on the upper branches of the tree. So, Power armor's kind of a must, I think. Don't do what I did and hop around the branches of the tree outside of your power armor and plummet to your death while you try to take pictures. But a very, very cool and unique design. They've crammed turrets in every which way and details, decorations of furniture, and very, very impressive piece of decoration here. One of the cool things about this being not so much a building thing as a decoration thing, and using the pre-existing structure is that you free up some more of your budget for decoration, not building walls and things. So it allows them to pack in as much as humanly possible into quite a cramped little space. So very, very impressive, very unique build. I like this one a lot. Another very high level pyro as well. This one was 240 something if I remember rightly. Appeared while I was trying to take photos towards the end of the tour. The walkway up here is a little awkward to get up as well, which is a little unfortunate. Made filming require 2 attempts, but there we go. Caught my feet as I tried to transition up that initial ramp. But a very, very unique and different take. And a very, very cool view from here. Felt the need to take a little picture of this one, so you'll be seeing that on stream if you catch me live. Speaking of the live streams, the last build here is one that I also stumbled across on stream. I actually ended up stopping what I was doing to film this, because although the outside of the build is not the most unique thing ever, the set piece when you get inside is absolutely awesome. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. It blew me away. A quick swing around the outside, relatively basic, but does the job. Clearly taking a little bit of damage from attack here on this side. But it's all geared towards the internal centerpiece, which is really what this camp is all about. And as we'll see in just a moment, is really, really cool. So, swinging up inside. Got a very entertaining little sign here. Reasonably well decorated around the side. A little bit spartan in some other areas, but very, very cool. And don't feed the Deathclaw. So I've seen a few camps with Deathclaws, but this camp having its own enclosure is very unique, and I really like what they've done here. Managed to get a little bit of water in here with the rocks and the reeds and the food they've tucked in the corner. It's a really nice kind of zoo enclosure feel, and they've done a really, really good job on this. I like it a lot. Really excellent set piece to the build, this. Very, very atmospheric. The Deathclaw kind of followed me around a bit, which was slightly alarming, but very, very cool. It's not something you see every day, which is exactly what the series is about, really. So I'm very, very impressed with how well that little area came out. However, taking a look at the rest of the build, because it'd be rude not to at this stage. With the player vending tucked over to the side here, a little bit of decoration to give it a bit more life and character. As I say, I think because of the scale of the build, it's probably a bit of a budget consideration going on here. But yeah, look at that Deathclaw enclosure, so cool. Nice little bar area tucked in the corner here. Use the White Springs bars and coupled them with the Xion brewing stations. Great, really, really cool effect. Stools, nice little area to hang out. Absolutely love these mosaic floors. Sadly, I didn't get the opportunity to pick those up when they first came out, and they didn't stick around for very long, but fingers crossed they'll make a reappearance in the Atomic Shop at some point. Would like to pick those up. Up on the first floor, we've got the little crafting area. Not as well decorated as the ground floor is, but you've got everything you need. Let's face it, everything's geared towards that set piece anyway, so that's cool. If I avoid hitting myself in the face with a door, got a little bedroom through here. And definitely keeping with the Deathclaw cultist theme rather than the Mothman cultist, I think. But yeah, you use Mothman when you've got a Deathclaw downstairs. Little ritual trying to presumably breed a second Deathclaw for their enclosure. Love the plushies as well, they give it a nice little tongue-in-cheek vibe, which is cool. They're heading up to the roof. Not a great deal up here, but a nice little view out over the surrounding area in the Savage Divide here. Little peek down at the enclosure here. Bit more of the effect from the lower level, but very, very cool. Unfortunate the smoke clips through the upper floor here. There's the same problem with the fireplace, well, all the fireplaces, but bit of a battle. What can you do? Love that do not feed sign as well. That's a cool little addition. Fantastic little set piece. So, take a little swing around back outside. The Deathclaw topiary there, which would be kind of obligatory. A couple of flags, giving it a slight raider vibe. Bit of a meat week thing going on as well. All very, very cool. Yeah, I had to stop what I was doing right on the spot there on stream and get that one. Couldn't let that slip away. But there we go. So, I do hope you enjoyed that one, folks. If you did, please do hit those buttons for me, so it's very much appreciated. Social media links down in the description as well if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing over there. And as always, if you want to catch the live streams, please do. We're having a lot of fun. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.